Today, dear listener, I will tell you everything you ever wanted to know about the elves. My hard-working, relentlessly energetic, emotionally unpredictable crew whose average height is 3 feet, but whose personality size is unreasonably large. You may think you know them. You've seen the pictures. Cheerful little helpers, smiling sweetly while holding toys. But let me assure you, those pictures are marketing. The elves I know, they are loud, they are messy, they are powered by sugar and chaos. And somehow, they manage to make every Christmas happen. So, grab some cocoa, extra marshmallows, highly recommended. Sit back and prepare yourself for the chaos-filled history of the elves, as told by me, Santa Claus, the only man on earth who can truthfully say I once had to break up a wrestling match over a candy cane. People assume I hired the elves. No, I found the elves. It all started hundreds of years ago. On a perfectly calm winter morning, Mrs. Claus was knitting. I was repairing a sleigh runner with questionable enthusiasm. The snow was falling gently outside, and then the screaming began. High-pitched, enthusiastic, absolutely unignorable screaming. I ran outside and saw a small crowd of tiny people wearing pointy hats, sliding down a snowbank like children on a sugar rush. They waved at me. Then they waved at the sleigh. Then one of them licked an icicle and got stuck to it. Their leader, a very generous term, introduced himself as Twinkle and explained they had followed a sparkle and ended up at the North Pole. Is that normal for you? I asked. Oh, yes, Twinkle replied. We follow sparkles all the time. Usually ends fine. Usually. They asked if they could stay just for a bit. I didn't want to be rude, so I said yes, dear listener. That was my mistake. They never left, not ever. On their first day, Mrs. Claus offered them cookies, because she is kind, and also because she did not yet understand what she was doing. The elves took one bite and transformed. Their eyes widened, their energy surged. Their voices went from cheerful to dog whistle frequency. Within minutes, they had rearranged my workshop furniture into a circle, created an impromptu choir, built a 7-foot snow sculpture of a reindeer doing jazz hands, and started a dance routine that ended with Twinkle launching himself off a table yelling, "For the spirit of snow!" And so, we learned an important scientific fact. Elves run entirely on sugar, cookies, candy canes, hot chocolate, marshmallows, pure syrup. One elf, Jingleberry, once tried regular adult food. He hated it so much he filed a formal complaint with Mrs. Claus titled, "Food without sugar, a crime." The answer is apparently yes. People think elves have always been toy makers, but no. Originally, elves had no idea what toys were. They thought toys were simply fun-shaped objects to throw at each other. One day, while I was testing a sleigh prototype, I returned to find the elves had taken apart every tool in my workshop and rebuilt them into strange objects. A wooden duck with wheels, a doll with hair made of yarn and confidence, a spinning top that shouted, "Whee!" when Twinkle launched it off a ramp. I said, "These are actually good?" Twinkle replied, "We made them because we got bored and couldn't find anything to climb." And that is how the toy workshop began. By accident. Just like everything else involving elves. Here is what a typical elf day looks like. 5 a.m. Sugar intake begins. The elves inhale marshmallows as if timed by the universe. I once suggested healthier options. They stared at me like I'd asked them to eat a sock. 6 awesome toy-making time. The workshop buzzes with tiny voices, tiny hammers, and the constant sound of oops. If you hear oops, do not turn around. Just duck. 9 a.m. The great glitter spill. Every day, every single day. Nobody knows how it happens. Some scientists, meaning me, believe glitter spontaneously multiplies around elves. 11 a.m. The meeting that turns into a disaster. I try to hold staff meetings. They try to hold snowball fights. We compromise with short meetings and much longer snowball fights. 2 p.m. Wrapping room chaos. Tape flies everywhere. Ribbon ends up places ribbon should never end up. One elf once wrapped himself the table and half the room by accident. He was very proud. 6 p.m. The evening crash. Elves don't calmly get tired. They run at full speed until their energy collapses like a snowman in summer. One moment they're dancing on a shelf, the next they're asleep in a gift box. And that, dear listener, is a normal day. Now we come to the big event, the one the elves call the Great Oops. It began when Jingleberry discovered a book titled Basic Engineering and decided he was ready to redesign the sleigh. Was he qualified? Absolutely not. Did that stop him? Absolutely not. He gathered the elves. They held a meeting. Chaos. Built a new sleigh engine. Danger. Tested it without telling me. Terror. I walked outside and saw them attaching something to the sleigh that looked like a toaster, a candy cane, a balloon, and something that might have been a kitchen whisk. Twinkle said, "It's a multi-purpose propulsion enhancer." It exploded 3 minutes later. Not dangerous, just a very large, very sparkly boom that covered everything within 50 feet in glitter. I'm still finding glitter in my beard. It's been years. Despite all their chaos, the elves once saved Christmas by panicking. A massive storm froze the entire North Pole. Roof, doors, everything. The elves tried to fix it with hairdryers. Tiny, determined elves, pointing hairdryers at the sky. It didn't work at first, but then all their hairdryers running at once created a warm little updraft, just enough to loosen the ice. They thought they'd done nothing. I told them they'd saved Christmas. They did a victory dance for 3 hours, involving confetti cannons. Naturally. Yes, the elves are chaotic. Yes, they cause sugar-related emergencies. Yes, they once tried to adopt a snowman. But here is the truth. I love them. Every tiny, hyper, glitter-covered one of them. Without them, Christmas wouldn't happen. Without them, the workshop would be silent and empty. Without them, I wouldn't have the family I never knew I needed. Elves are loyal, joyful, creative, and full of magic. They make the North Pole what it is, a place where miracles happen, where chaos is normal, and love comes in the shape of tiny beings who squeak when excited. And trust me, they squeak often. Okay, folks, there are more stories, of course, like the time the elves summoned a snow dragon, or created Elf Olympics, or swapped places with the reindeer for training day. But those stories, well, Santa can always save those for another time. Have a merry evening, and I'll see you soon.